Alrighty, guys, about to get it kicked off. Earlstrickland versus Shaun Wilkie here, coming in with the lag. Wilkie's going to edge this one out here. Looks like by 3/4 of a ball. Go ahead and share the live stream feed. Text all your buddies. Let them know this match is going down. There's not a pool player out there that does not want to see this match unfold. Go ahead and type in the comments. Let us know who you guys are rooting for. You want to see Earl the Pearl Strickland take the W? Or do you want to see Shaun get some Wilkie? This is still an A-side match, guys. Both of these players have gone undefeated so far through the event. Ralph, I appreciate you sharing that. Here comes Wilkie's big break. 7-ball down on the side. Might have eyes on the one, depends on where this 8-ball stops. So he can see the one. I'm looking straight down the line of the cue to the one here. Looks like he's actually going to have enough of this 1 ball to make it, if he chooses to do so. There you go. I see you guys sharing the live stream, tagging some buddies in it. Let's get this match out there, let everybody know what's going down. I am Josh Setterfield from the Billiard Sports Network. If you haven't already followed us on Facebook, go ahead and do so. Turn on the notifications. That way you don't miss out on any of the action coming forward. A couple people rooting for Wilkie, a couple people rooting for Earl. I'm just trying to come on the other side of that 2-ball there. Ends up nudging it. A lot of traffic to play safe behind if he wants to. Plenty enough room to be able to cut this ball. He's just going to use all the traffic. Says, I'm going to let Earl figure this one out. Gets a good hit there. He ends up leaving the 2-ball right in front of the side pocket, though. It's going to give Wilkie a chance to do something here. Wilkie should be able to capitalize on this. Take an early lead.
If that 5-ball goes in the side past the 9, all you have to do right here is play a little stop shot, roll it up, and then you'll have the 8. But if not, it's very easy just to draw back and get shape.
There we go.
There you go. Shaun's just going to draw this ball back, shoot in the side from off the rail, and he'll be perfectly straight in on the 10. And Shaun's going to be up 1-0.
Makes quick work of what was left of that rack.
Yeah, neither one of these players are going to take a lot of time on their shots. Both very highly respected pro players, both very quick with their decisions. I mean, there's no shot that Earl hasn't seen in his 40-year career, and Shaun has played enough pool over the 15 or so years that he's been playing in a high level. So there's not a lot of long thought-out process with each shot.
We've got a couple score updates for you guys. Looks like Nilbert Lim takes the victory 7-5 over GMAC, over Greg McAndrews. And we also have Eddie Abraham taking a 7-2 victory over Chris Wilburn. So that's going to put, I'm pretty sure that's going to put GMAC out of the event. Nilbert will stay alive. And then I'm not sure if Abraham and Chris's match was an A-side or a B-side match.
That was a B-side match.
Good deal. So that's going to put Wilburn out. You see Earl's hands go up as he doesn't pot a ball. Troy, yeah, you're absolutely right. The Highlander is knocking him out, knocking him down one by one.
Just keeping it warm for you, sir.
Ace, we shouldn't run into that. This should be a continuous feed.
It looks like Shaun gets him right behind the 7. So we're winding down on the winner's side. Del Sim still undefeated. Of course, Shaun and Earl still undefeated. You can check the bracket. It's at the pin post at the top of this link. Of course, Shaun and Earl have played a couple times.
He didn't get there.
Yeah, that's...
It's not going to do it.
Get behind the 8. Look at this.
Nice. Strong safety coming out of Wilkie. Gets out of line by a couple inches there. Gets a good return. Earl's telling Jen to go ahead and shoot her shot on the table right there on the top end of your screen.
So one of the things that is important to this match for both players, really. So Shaun's got to fade a little bit of the Earl persona. You know, he likes to talk while he plays. And, of course, Shaun's going to have to not get too upset about that because that's Earl. And, of course, Earl's going to have to keep himself settled, too, especially if Shaun gets in gear. So Earl pockets the ball illegally, meaning he pocketed in a different pocket than he called. Shaun will have the option here to shoot, which I believe he will. He doesn't want to give this back to Earl. The last couple times these two have met, Earl has gotten the better of Shaun. Met a couple other times in the bar box event for the Maryland State down in Laurel, Maryland.
Oh, that was a great shot there.
Yeah, look at that. Tough shot hitting with inside English to come back down off the bottom rail and get position on the 4. So Shaun will have to navigate the nine ball here. Does look like once he clears the 6, that'll go. So he's looking at that now. He's looking to see if it goes at all or if he's going to have to break it out. Actually, he could actually come into it right now. 2-rail spin, right into it. Uh-oh. Oh, no. That's
I really thought that ball went without bumping it.
Yeah, he looked at it both sides to see if it went in the corner or it went in the side. And then once I saw the angle that he had on the 5, I knew if he came in, if it was a little inside high, he could come 2 rails and break it out. The thing is he either didn't hit it hard enough or he hit it too hard because the 9 ball just rolls up.
So it looks like he's going to go.
Man, he's got to be careful here.
Kick bank shot here?
Yeah, but he's got to be careful not to scratch. If he catches too far back on that 6. Get up behind the 7. You don't get there. So a mistake there by Shaun Wilkie. Trying to break it out early. And let's Earl back at the table with the balls wide open. Oh, no. And Earl with an unforced error there. Tougher shot here, Josh. I mean, players of all calibers dread the long shot when you're on the rail. Not just the amateurs, but the pros as well. And this is one of those shots where you just have to really stay focused. Make sure that you find the exact spot on the 6 ball. And then he's got to decide here whether he wants to fire at the 6 and let the cue ball come 1, 2, maybe 2 rails or around. So you can see Shaun, he's cueing like center ball English here.
Slow down, buddy.
Yeah, slow. Got a little close there.
You got an update for us?
Yeah, I got an update on a B-side match. Kevin West over Raymart Lim. Kevin wins 7-2. So Raymart Lim is out. Kevin moves on. Nice recovery there by Shaun. Didn't get all the way over. And the cue ball's in the middle of the table. So,
a little bit of a stretch.
Either he's going to stretch.
Ooh, left-handed.
You don't like it?
Yeah, the clearance on the 10 ball, not shooting with your natural.
I'm okay here. You like using a bridge. I mean, this is so a couple things he's got to be careful of here. He can hit this. So anytime Shaun has a thin cut, he likes to just hit either center ball or like just high center. And he's got to be careful to miss the 10 ball. If he puts a little outside on it, oh, he overcut it.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's this is not a shot that you normally see Shaun miss. It was very tough. And, of course, he probably feels a little bit of the pressure, too. Although Shaun is what I consider to be a seasoned player. you know, he is still playing one of the best players ever to play the game in Earlstrickland. Yes, NJ pool player. Troy, what's going on? We are streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. So if you prefer to watch it there, you can just head on over to Twitch, type in Billiard Sports Network. Catch the action there. Of course, as always, if you're tuning in and you're enjoying the stream, please give us a share on your page so friends and family can check it out as well. It's day 2 action here at Champion Billiards for the Maryland State 10 ball. Shaun Wilkie, Earlstrickland tied up at 1.
10 ball might even go.
Oof. This is what I like to call the dreaded 10 ball. Nestled up by the pocket, by the 3 ball. Shaun doesn't have a great shot on the 1. And even though it's off just a little bit, if you get into the position where you get the cue ball on the rail, you can play a carom on the 10. So he's maybe play safe here. Just got to make sure that that 5 ball. Man, he almost gave Earl a window here. Earl might be able to see. Might be able to see a little bit of this one. Huh.
Yeah, you can.
He might be able to see most of it to cut it in. Let's see. No. He elects to try to play safe. Cue ball's going to drift right by the 7. You got to be careful, too, here, Josh, because, you know, with each safety here, as that 1 ball gets closer and closer.
How's that?
Yeah, to the pocket. I mean, don't be surprised if we see maybe a bank to the 10 ball. Of course, both players very creative when it comes to making shots. Shaun does play a good safety. Uh-oh.
Oh.
And, of course, Earl frustrated. Get another update. B-side match, James Aranis, Dodung Diamond, advances on over George Rodriguez by a score of 7-3. So George Rodriguez is out. Aranis' hopes continue on as he plays executioner over there. Almost want to get him one of those outfits. Black leather mask and an axe. Timothy, yes, Shaun has beaten Earl before, but as I was stating earlier, I think over the lifetime of the times that they've played each other, Earl is up on Shaun a little bit. Last few times they've played just in the Maryland State tournament, Earl has beaten Shaun on the bar box. So, of course, Shaun sees the 3 balls tied up.
Calls the 10 ball now.
Yeah, he's trying to. So what he's going to do here is he's actually going to play the 1 into the rail first and catch the back side of the 3 ball. So the 1 goes into the 10. Good shot by Shaun Wilkie. So that's what I mean by being creative. You know, Shaun takes a look. He's really good with the angles. He's very good with the kick shots. And, you know, he really can make stuff happen. So, of course, so Earl is actually jawing now at Shaun, telling him that I don't know whether he's telling him that Shaun got lucky.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's saying, I got unlucky. I used all my luck earlier. He wants a chance to show how good he is.
You know, the thing is I am a fan of Earl's. You know, I remember as I was watching the sport, watching Earl, he was one of the greatest. Here's the shot again, right into the rail. Pockets the 10 ball. But, I've watched Earl my whole life. And it is a little disrespectful. Shaun is a type of player who just sits in his chair. Really doesn't like people talking to him when he plays. I've been to, I don't know, maybe 100 tournaments with Shaun. And even when he talks to me, I don't respond to him. So I just let him talk if he needs to get stuff out while he's playing if I'm nearby. But it is a little disrespectful. Shaun just wants to play. And this is the antics, and I think a little bit of it is that Earl does it on purpose as a technique.
Well, this is the most I've seen him this event going on with it, and I don't think that it's a coincidence that it's a very important big match that it starts to come out on.
Well, he knows. I mean, he's played Shaun multiple times before. So he knows the kind of caliber, like, he knows Shaun can play. And if he makes mistakes, he knows Shaun's going to, punish him for it. So I think a lot of that comes into play. Of course, a good shot there by Earl. Earl should probably run this out. He's telling everybody that he can play. We know, Earl. We know. Of course, a couple events back, Earl and Mike Davis Jr. got into a little bit because Mike didn't like the chitter-chatter of Earl, which I don't blame him there. So each person handles it differently. We'll see how Shaun handles it as Earl continues to move through this rack pretty effortlessly. I think he's okay here. I mean, Earl is absolutely one of the best players of all time. One of the very few from that era that are still playing. Efren, Earl, Johnny Archer, all those guys.
See, he just had to pop off a little bit to be able to get a break and run.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to let it out, I don't know that I agree with letting it out to the other player
directed
at the
at
table.
yeah. Well, and it's not like he's like standing across the table casually talking to him either. Like I was trying to get the side angle so everybody could see, but like Shaun's calmly sitting in his seat and Earl is like standing like directly in front of him. So there's definitely some mind games going on there.
I mean, Shaun was smiling a little bit at him and just kind of laughing along because he knows that he's got to keep his head cool. He just can't get upset and let Earl throw his game off.
Yeah, he has to, especially playing him before, has to have already been mentally prepared going into this match to know that was going to be part of this set. 5 ball's going to go in the corner. He's going to have eyeballs on the 1. So we got a banker, safe coming up here. A lot of traffic down table to play safe with if he wants to.
Yeah, I like the safe here. The 9 ball is sitting in front of the hole, so it's going to make it problematic to bank the 1 there. He's better coming 2 rails with the cue ball, or 1 rail.
I was going to leave a window. 7. Oh, actually, 7's going to get him. Nice.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to stop right in between the 10 and the 7 there.
Of course, Earl's from the era where, you know, he doesn't really believe in jump cues that much. I know he has one, but Earl would rather play a tournament where there's no jump cues. Because for years, these guys were always kicking at balls. But Earl may go to the air here. Because the kick is way harder. 4 balls in the way. 9 balls in the way for the other side. So Earl may call this 1 ball back down here in this left corner pocket. Best case scenario, he gets the cue ball to stay up there behind the 6. Always hard though when you're trying to jump and play some type of safety. See, so he gets over the ball, but he doesn't quite get there with the cue ball. And look at this, 2-10 right there. Shaun will probably be running into the 2 here. Unless he feels froggy and he wants to draw back into the 4. Maybe bump the 4 out of the way. It really depends on the angle that he has. He's got a slight angle here. Just a lot of variables if he decides to play the 1 and run into the 2. You can see he's queuing up low.
Yeah, he wanted to catch that about half a diamond higher up the rail there.
Yeah, he might even been better just queuing low and sliding the cue ball to the rail and come under the 10. He was just trying to get back anywhere, you know, to where he can cut the 10, but he's still going to elect to cut the 2 ball. Of course, he calls the bottom left corner pocket. So got to be careful here. He'll be going right at the 8.
Yeah, I saw him line up the tangent. If he clips the side of the 8, where's the cue going to go?
Yeah, he's going to have some speed on this. A lot of spin, too. So that way, if he does catch the 8, the cue ball is still spinning. So he's going to try to come up 1, 2 rails, maybe 3 back around here for the 3 ball down below. Oh, my gosh, look at this. He's going to get perfect on the 3 ball. Unbelievable.
Wow.
That's not what he had planned, but it works out. Wow.
Yeah, he said get some of that.
Yeah, get you some of that. Of course, Shaun's nickname is Get Some. Fires it in the hole. Pops itself right back off the rail for position on the 7. This will be a little draw. This should be good. A little stop shot here on the 8. Earl gives him that rack. Wilkie goes up 3-2. We'll bring you a replay brought to you by Gina. Look, he just hits the point and goes up. He's got so much speed and spin on the ball. He catches the rail and comes perfect into shape here on the 3. And then he gets out from there.
That is so awesome.
Yeah. I mean, he really hit the point there, which caused the the cue ball to shoot right up table. And had he not had the spin on it, he could have scratched there, you know, if he hits the point. We've seen that happen before.
He's turning around telling Shaun he got fortunate the way he shot it. And then before that, he was referring to the slow roll shot that Wilkie made a couple racks ago.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I tell people this story all the time. I watched, it was my very first time at Steinway. I was up there to watch the World 14-1 about 3 years ago. Earl pockets a ball. And I saw, of course, I've always watched Earl on TV. I've never seen him play in person. And I was front row for the Earl and Jason Shaw show. Of course, that video has been going around Facebook for a long time now, so everybody knows what I'm talking about. And nice cut shot by Earl. And of course, Earl got through that match on a technicality, I guess you could say. And Earl plays Mika in the finals, and of course Mika ends up being the World 14-1 champion. And Earl was getting upset during the match and turns around and starts talking to me. And he's like 2 feet from my face, and he doesn't know me from Adam. And I'll tell you what, it was definitely an experience.
So it's a good thing the 4-ball still has a pocket here.
Yeah, he should be okay here. I mean, everything's lined up really nice. You know, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, Earl's going to get out of this rack bar and something crazy happen. Yep, Eddie Abraham on the winner's side still. Having a great tournament, especially with all these guys here. So, congrats to him. Earl in dead stroke.
It's so funny watching Earl's demeanor change as he talks, too, because it's like the more he talks, the more he smiles. The more he's quiet, the more he frowns.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, too, because Shaun told me a story a while back when he played Earl. And, you know, Earl had said something to him about Shaun was doing something with the rack, and Earl just pulled, Shaun pulled Earl aside and said, "Look, Earl, come on, man, we played enough together. You've seen me. I don't do nothing with the rack. I hit the balls hard just like you do." You know, Shaun's still very much old school. Breaks dry. It's going to be a mistake.
It was definitely a monstrous break, though. That cue ball bounced all the way back up the table off the impact there. It was a great shot.
Perfect.
Look at that. Man.
Of course, Earl's got all his contraptions on today. He said Shane Van Boningen is so good because his fingers are longer than everybody else's. So he tapes up his fingers now to make them longer.
What about the width, though?
Yeah, it's obviously it gives him an advantage. I think when you're on the table, he's got a nice steady bridge.
I heard him talk about it one time. It's so that he can bridge over the top of balls.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely comes into play for sure. course, Earl's known for wearing a weight belt to keep him down at the table, as he says. Uh-oh.
Didn't mean to do that.
Well, Earl will undoubtedly come with a good shot here in Earl fashion. He's also, I've seen him wearing hunting glasses before when he plays. I guess to keep the light out of his eyes. It'd be a nice thin cut.
Drills it.
Yeah, unbelievable. Earl gets back on top, 4-3. Shaun's got to be careful because in a match like this, breaking dry can be costly. You can see Earl has adapted his break a little bit over time. Doesn't hit him as hard as he used to. And right now, he's breaking fairly well. He's pocketing balls. So Shaun's going to have to really dial in his break. Make sure that when he's at the table breaking, that he pockets the ball and controls the table. Otherwise, Earl's just going to run free like he just did these last 2 racks.
Brandon just made a ridiculous kick shot on the table right behind our TV table. I wish the camera was up just a little higher for you to see that one. It was like a full table kick cut shot. Nailed it center pocket.
Yeah, so that match has been going on for a little while now, Brandon and Jennifer, so I wonder how close it is.
So as you guys can see, Earl's still keeping the conversation going there. I think it's a little one-sided conversation with Shaun right now.
Shaun just needs to block it out and stay focused.
And there we go.
Yeah, mistake by Earl. See how the ball's set up. That doesn't look too bad here.
Yeah, a little work to do. Shaun comes up dry. Earl gets out. Earl gives Shaun ball in hand to return the favor. Let's see if Shaun can capitalize on this.
Yeah, I agree, Troy. Definitely one of the greatest of all time for sure. So a little bit of tester here for Shaun.
Yeah, this is the key shot right here, it looks like.
And he hung it, man. Wow. And he didn't get position on the 5. I knew it was going to be tough. He had a little bit more of an angle on that 4 ball than he wanted to, because he couldn't draw straight back down to play the 5 in the side.
That shot right there could be the moment.
Yeah, you can't mess those, and so that's, that's one of the things, though. I mean, Shaun's focus might be a little off, because Earl's talking to him. So he's got to settle himself in. Can't miss a shot like that. I mean, I rarely see Shaun miss a cut shot like that on a 4 ball. Uh-oh. That's a problem.
He said that went boing.
I mean, this is still actually a makeable shot here for Earl. I mean, he can hit this pretty firm and just come back over on the other side of the table here.
Look at that.
No, he just hits it easy and perfect. 10 a little bit, but he's okay. Nice out by Earlstrickland. Gets a little funny on the 8-ball, but makes a great shot to cut it all the way down the rail and gets out. Shaun Wilkie is going to go ahead and take a break. Earl goes up 5-3. Yeah, SF Bannon, if you're just joining us, I mean, it was more than just talking. A little bit of you know, back and forth. Well, really just Earl talking for a while to Shaun. Shaun's more of a quiet player. Kind of keeps himself, sits in his chair. But we'd like to thank our sponsors for the stream. Certainly appreciate your support. Brews and Q's on the Boulevard down in Pasadena, Glen Burnie area. If you're there, stop by. Beautiful pool room. It's my home room. They also sponsor Shaun Wilkie. Lots of players here play out of Brews. Brian B. Quick, HVAC and plumbing. They have emergency 24-hour service, so give them a call. Numbers below. They do residential and commercial work, owned by Randy Davis. Concept Commercial Interiors, Jeff Greener. They do a lot of commercial remodeling, flooring, renovations, that sort of stuff. He's out of PA, but they go all over. 60 years they've been in the business, so high quality work. Also supports Scott Haas and Thomas Haas, sponsors them. So he's a lover of the game as well. And East Coast Landscaping down in Hampton Roads. 25 years plus experience. Larry Flager. They do lots of commercial and real estate properties, so if you need somebody down in that area, definitely hit them up. And Tim Tanana with East Coast Prime Meats. All his stuff is 100% top grade meats, seafood, all that kind of stuff. So definitely reach out to them. Free delivery right to your home. And Gina Cunningham with Keller Williams. If you're buying or selling a home, please reach out to them. She can help you. She's also our instant replay sponsor, so thank you for that. As Shaun returns back from his siesta, he'll be breaking. He trails 5-3 to Earlstrickland.
Two ball.
Yeah, that's great. It's a good break there by Shaun. One ball trails up by where the cue ball's at, so he's going to have a shot at it. 3 balls down table. Maybe cueing over the 8-ball a little bit. Let's see how his reach is. He just wants to make sure that he gets past all of this stuff. Whoa,
Close.
And he hooks himself. No, Zach, this is not the finals yet. We're still bearing down here.
Ooh.
Wow, what a shot by Shaun.
He says no justice, Earl.
Shaun being a little bit playful back there with Earl. Makes an incredible kick shot on the 3. It's close to the rail. And no love here. Gets snookered behind the 9-10 for the 4-ball. So Shaun will be jumping here. So he's got to be careful, keep the cue ball on the table. If he could hit this 4-ball flush, and catch the rail and come back out for the 5, that would be an ideal situation. Oh, just
So
misses
close.
it. And he's going to make the 4 and give Earl a shot on the 5. He can't believe it.
So unfortunate. Come with those good shots.
Yeah, it's, you know, it happens to everybody. You know, I mean, even look, when Earl scratched, obviously he didn't plan on doing that, so it happens to even the best players. Earl's going to be the first here to get to the hill. Leads this race to 7 by a score of 6-3. You know, Shaun's not made a ton of mistakes in this match. About 2 or 3, hung the 4-ball up in the corner. And, of course, he snookered himself twice behind balls. But that's all it takes. I mean, when you're playing a caliber like Earl, you can't make 2 or 3 mistakes because he's going to make you pay for it. And that's exactly what's happening right now. So Shaun's going to have to collect himself if he's able to get back at the table.
Earl's popped the cue ball off the table twice in this one set. See if he decides to take a little heat off this one.
Yeah, certainly Earl would like to get a good break and run this out.
Looked like it was going in the side pocket there and gets saved by another ball. Instead, the 4-ball goes in the side pocket. He has eyes on the 1-ball here. Might be seeing a safe come on the 9-ball.
He's
no,
going
he
to
calls
it. Yeah, he's going to attack it.
Yeah, 2 balls out there in the open. He wants to run this out. He doesn't want to give him a chance.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to come this way anyways for the 2, so it's a good bank to do. And he doesn't want to let Shaun back at the table for sure, so he's going to attack this rack. Banks it again. See if he's got, if he can see this 3-ball.
Yeah, I think he has the
to go up in
full
the
ball
corner.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fine. Well, he gets a little long on that shot. But actually, this will be okay because he'll have a good angle to come in here. You see where he points at, right where the template rack is. If he can cut the 5-ball and come 2 rails up in between the 6 and the 7. So now he'll be coming back out of the table for the 7. Good shot by Earl. And Earl's about a 95% probability of running this rack out from here. Just got to get good position here on the 8. He bumps it. Uh-oh.
That ball started to roll out a little bit.
Yeah, it did a little bit. He's still okay. He can cut this 8-ball on the side with a little draw shot, and he'll have position on the 9. It's right by the pocket.
Great shot.
Yeah. And I think this is going to be all she wrote for this match. And Earl getting the best of Shaun again at the Maryland tournaments. So Earl will move on. Shaun's still in it. He's going to pop over to the B side. So he will have to deal with the likes of James Aranis, who's over there. Jennifer Beretta, who's over there. A couple other good players still in the tournament.
We're going to go to the intermission.